Hi baby! Hope you guys are doing well. I want to talk about fall and seasonal depression and how we are going to get out of it in this video. I noticed that every fall, or just like in this season of my life, I have been starting to feel a little bit stagnant. My mood is 100% dropped. I don't know why fully. I think maybe the days are getting shorter. I think life is slowing down a little bit. Everyone's super busy in the summer. Suddenly I feel really like stuck in my head a lot. It's not even technically fall yet. But this year, I really want to be intentional about not letting myself like shift into a slump or shift into a depression, because I can very easily get into that in the fall time and in the winter time. And because I'm already starting to notice like mood changes, I really wanted to get ahead of it. So I thought I would make a little video so that you and I both can get ahead of preventing our mood from like going into that like depressive state with this like season change, or just like any change in your life that's happening. If you don't know me guys, my name is Neethi. I am your everything self-development older sister. We are just trying to improve our lives together, one video at a time. This video is not going to be as structured. I'm going to yap about like why we have these changes and like what's been happening, maybe your life and my life, and then we're going to go through some things that I'm going to implement in my life, a list of them that are going to help me kind of break out of this depressive feeling and prevent myself from going into seasonal depression. So I think that one thing I want to start by saying is I want to normalize a little bit like how normal it is to feel a change in your mood when this season is changing. Seasonal depression exists for a reason. It's obviously like a very like understandable thing. Like if you say you're experiencing seasonal depression, like a lot of people understand it because it is actually very common. The season change can like make you feel lost, more slow pace, a little sad, because sometimes you're used to stress, or you're used to busyness, or you're just used to a certain pace lifestyle. And then when that all changes, it's like all of a sudden like, you know, like you're not getting the dopamine that you used to be getting, or you're not as busy as you used to be getting, and things are coming up that maybe weren't coming up the past couple months. At least that's what's happening for me. I went through a lot in the summer. I lost my job. I started doing content creation full time. I was like in hustle mode. I was in fight or flight. I had a lot of family things going on. I had a whole like roommate situation happen. Like I was literally like in one of the worst times in my life, to be honest. And it was bad, but it also was like I was just so engrossed in that and in fight or flight and busy. Summer in itself is busy anyways. Like I had so many events, I had like functions to go to. It's just like you're out every day. My nervous system I think got used to the chaos and the busyness, and sometimes that busyness and that chaos is actually just a distraction from like feelings that are in you, but you're just kind of like suppressing a little bit. I also think that if you're somebody who's had a lot of chaos in your life, in your childhood, even just like recently in the past couple months, or you're just used to being very busy and like you're kind of on autopilot in a sense, your nervous system becomes accustomed to like this busyness or this chaos, or always being in like fight or flight, that when it doesn't have that anymore, which is actually good, like it's good to be in a rest period or a quieter period, your nervous system is actually not used to it. It's literally like, wait, I don't understand, like why am I calm? I have nothing to stress about right now. I don't have like, I'm not constantly busy, which means like I can't distract. When I'm slowed down, I'm just kind of like left with my feelings, and I literally don't know how to operate. Like if you're imagine like a kid who is used to chaos all the time, and then you put them in a quiet room and they like literally don't know what to do with yourself. It's like that's literally like you and your nervous system on an inner child level, on a nervous system like a deeper level. And that's definitely what's happened with me. I think that especially the past couple months, even before that, I always had a job and I was doing content, so I was always just like a busy person. And you know, I should be so grateful to God right now, but like that I'm a full-time influencer and I am having this like calm period where I'm not stressed financially or like about my life as much, knock on wood, but I have more time. It's funny because like I literally asked God, like I wanted freedom of time, like I wanted more time. I wanted to be less busy, I wanted to be less stressed, I wanted to be like in a calmer state of like money flowing to me, opportunities flowing to me. And now that I'm in that state, I literally don't know what to do with myself. Like I am sad, I like feel bored a lot, I'm just like, my nervous system is confused, to be honest, because it doesn't have anything to stress about right now. It gets like, it's literally trying to find things to stress about. I don't know if you guys are in a similar situation where like you have like more time on your hands and you're just like alone more, or like everything's quieting down, or you even could be busier, like you could be way busier with school, but just like the season in itself is making you feel depressed. That could also be the case. Whatever it is, your nervous system is changed, right, due to this season. You know, maybe it's just like being in school makes you depressed. I remember those days. Maybe it's like seeing everybody like, you know, kind of like couple up, or like it's winter time, like cuffing season's coming, like whatever. Maybe that's kind of playing on your mood. Like maybe you're not outside as much anymore. And I think that's something that we both do, we both, I know I do, is I sometimes look for cheap dopamine. So like what cheap dopamine is, obviously you guys know like dopamine is like the happy hormone in your brain. You get dopamine from a lot of things, from achieving things, from eating candy, things that you like, from working out. You get things from scrolling on TikTok is cheap dopamine. But what happens is like when your brain is quieter and it's kind of bored, it's like needs like dopamine hits. It's like, hey, like I don't know what to do with myself, like I need that up and down, or I need like the dopamine, like I need to feel good. And so we sometimes rely on cheap dopamine, which is things like scrolling on TikTok, getting attention from men that we shouldn't, like eating like junk food, like doing things like that, drinking. So I've been looking for cheap dopamine lately and like scrolling on TikTok and Instagram a lot more than I'm used to. I think it's just because I'm just have more free time, so I'm just like, I'll just be sitting there and I don't know what to do, and I'm just like, okay, like I want to be like scrolling on TikTok, and that's just giving me little dopamine hits without even realizing it sometimes. Events, like I'm just kind of like going to things that I normally wouldn't go to because I'm just bored. Making money, like that's always like it's not cheap dopamine, but I've definitely been like, okay, like I want more money now because like I don't know, I need something to make me feel good. Or answering guys that I shouldn't answer just because it's like a minute or like I don't know, a day of like it'll feel good for a little bit, and it's like I know it too, but it's like I'm just that like I just feel like I'm in a slump, and so it's like anything to make me feel better. It's kind of concerning because like this is not the way to live. Like we do not want cheap dopamine hits because they're high highs and low lows, and they're fast. And you're gonna keep, it's like an addiction, like you're gonna keep needing to scroll, you're gonna keep wanting the message because like your baseline, like the base rate that you're at right now is low. Like you're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling lower than you are. We need to get our dopamine from things that are healthier and that are more consistent in our lives. So that is why I'm gonna go through a list of things on how we are going to like increase our dopamine and not like, and try to lift ourselves out of this depressive rut. But I also want to talk about these things in a preventative measure so that we are like, we're not getting to like a huge dopamine low, you know, like things that we can do to keep our dopamine levels like at a decent level. Also things that we want to do to keep ourselves away from cheap dopamine, going back to people that we shouldn't be going to, scrolling on TikTok, I don't know, binge eating, things that like are not healthy for us and not good for us just because we're like lonely or bored. Okay, so these are our practical tips that I'm going to run through that are really going to help us this fall season. Number one is routine anchors. I know that you guys have heard about the importance of a routine, and I know that it's kind of like repetitive information, but I want to like really talk about how important I've learned that a routine is. So as somebody who's now a full-time content creator, I don't have the same routine that I used to have. Like I used to be a lot busier. I used to have to go to work and then I have to do this and then I have to do this. So I've really learned that like even though like your class schedule might be all over the place, you really have to create a routine that's not based on outside things. Like I can have an event one night I don't have an event, one day I have a meeting in the morning, one day I don't have a meeting in the morning. Life, especially in university and stuff, is not like super routine based. So it's kind of like you have to create your own routine. Whether I have work in the morning or nothing until the evening and I don't need to get out of bed, I make sure that I'm like going for a morning walk. I'm waking up without my phone. I'm journaling first thing in the morning, my feelings. I'm telling myself what I'm proud of about me. I am manifesting in that journal before I've done anything in the morning. That's one, filling my own cup, telling myself all the amazing things that I'm proud of me and things I'm grateful for in the morning, and then manifesting. Filling my own cup, it's me feeling centered to my feelings. It's me paying attention to myself in the morning, which is just gonna help my mood and it's gonna help my self-esteem every single day anyways. And then I'm making my tea that I make and I'm watching a slow podcast in the morning that I like to do for myself. You know, that's like my routine. And then I check my phone and then I get to work and I work out. Your routine could be anything. It could be a morning walk. It could be journaling like I said. It could be just getting sunlight, which is very important, especially in the fall and the winter if you live in Canada. Or anywhere that's like not freaking warm. You need to get exposure even if it's like through a window. Like my room is actually all windows, so I'm lucky I get sunlight, but even if it's just like I go and sit on my balcony, even if I have to wear like a blanket for the time that I journal for 20 minutes in the morning. Like any type of direct sunlight or like light in the morning, like they actually say like when light hits your eyes in the morning, it wakes you up a lot more and you feel a lot happier versus like when it's dark. That's why we feel so depressed on gloomy days. Anything that's in your routine, whether it's a workout, it could be small like a walk, it could literally just be your tea, it could be like the skincare that you do at a certain time every day, getting yourself out of bed, the time that you shower, like literally anything. You need a freaking routine, girl, because if you don't have a routine, you're gonna feel like you're always floating and you're just like, you don't have things that are anchoring you into like structure, and you need structure, or that lost feeling is what kind of drives you into like depression and confusion and like your mind overthinking and wandering and doing things that you shouldn't. The other thing is movement. Number two, girl, I was somebody who literally hated the gym. I hated working out. I literally never used to like to move. I would have to walk because I live in downtown Toronto, but like other than that, I would never move. Literally working out is such a good source of dopamine, whether it's a walk, whether it's yoga, whether it's like minimal movement, like whatever you need to do. Working out gives you healthy dopamine, like a dopamine that your brain is actually supposed to get, not like a TikTok scrolling type of dopamine. That is really going to help you. Like I know that you don't think it is, because like when I think of going to work out, I don't feel like that's going to give me dopamine. I feel like that's going to be miserable and I don't want to do it, and now it's something I have to do. When you actually are in the workout, when you were done the workout, whether you realize it right away or not, you are going to get dopamine from it. Last night, the whole entire day I had to convince myself to go to a workout, and I finally went to the workout at 6:25 p.m. I'm a girl who works out at like 9 a.m. I went to this workout. I had to run on the treadmill. I usually don't like running on the treadmill and doing weights. That was the workout I had to do, and I was miserable about it. I don't like to run at night, but after the workout, I actually felt very good. I actually left the workout. It's not like a cheap, like a quick high, but it's like a, okay, like my walk home, like, you know, I feel really positive. Like I'm proud of myself. I worked out. My body feels good. I moved. Exercising gives you dopamine that we want. Okay, if you're feeling depressed, it means you need dopamine. And if you know that working out is healthy for you and it's going to give you the dopamine, then you have to do it. I'm telling you, incorporating workouts into fall and winter are literally going to save you from depression. It saved me last year. Number 3, social connection. This one has been really interesting for me. So obviously in the summer, we're a lot more social probably. Social connection can be different. Like for me, I've been feeling really lonely specifically. I don't know if this is just like I wasn't feeling lonely because I was so busy and consumed with like other issues in my life in like summer, and now it's just like coming up, or I'm just like less busy, so I'm seeing less people, so I feel more lonely. I'm feeling really lonely relationship wise, I feel like all of a sudden, and I don't know if it's just because I'm bored, but you do not have a lot of social connection planned right now. It's like I'm specifically talking about like you don't have a relationship, that's fine, babe. I have so many videos on relationships. Like we're not going and chasing a relationship, texting guys and like getting on Hinge and shit, like no. You're gonna get social connection from other things. So I want you to do things like plan a cozy night in. It's not a binge drinking night out, okay? Plan a cozy night in like with your girls, and like try to get your dopamine or your source of connection like from your friends. So maybe it's just having an intimate conversation. Maybe it's just watching a movie together on the couch. Intentional hangouts, like literally going and like seeing friends and like having things that you want to talk about, not just like wandering around and I don't know what we're doing, let's just get drunk. No, like I want to go for a walk because I'm, one, getting my movement in, which is dopamine, and 2, I'm also getting like this great conversation with this friend that like I really want to talk to, not just anybody. You know what I mean? I also find that like having these intentional hangouts or like these specific things planned gives me something to look forward to. Like this past week I was feeling really sad. I don't really have like explicit reason, but I've told you guys how I was feeling, and one of my really, really close friends, Simran, she had asked me a couple weeks ago like let's have a sleepover at her house. I've never been to her house. She like lives really far, that's why. And so I planned that this weekend I'm literally gonna go and I'm having like a one night sleepover at her house. The other thing is creative outlets. This is something that I'm trying to learn at the same time as I'm telling you guys, so I'm not an expert on this, but they say that having creative outlets is really good for you because when you're doing something creative, you're in a state of flow. When you're in a state of flow, you're getting dopamine, and not even just that, like flow in itself is like an enlightened state of like feeling happy and feeling good. Creativity is really big on this. For some people it's like sports. They feel in a flow state when they're playing sports. For me, I think it's dance. I grew up dancing, and so I'm always really happy when I'm on the dance floor, and you kind of forget about the rest of your life. It's like an escape, but like a healthy escape, you know, because it's movement or it's like creative or it's stimulating your brain. I really need to go and start taking dance classes again. Just been slacking, but creatively, whether you like painting, you like drawing, you like knitting, you like editing videos. For me, creating content, but now creating content has become my job, so it's a little bit different for me. Anything that feels nourishing to you, start doing it. Baking. Hobbies that you like literally kind of forgot about. Maybe you don't even feel super motivated. Like I don't know why I don't feel super motivated to go to dance, even though I know it's a creative outlet for me and it'll be good for me. I think that you have to start doing those. One, it's gonna like fill your time a little bit. It's gonna give you something to look forward to, and it's also giving you healthy dopamine. Now the last thing I want to talk about is the mindset shift. Obviously, I think that there's a lot of like, you know, oh my god, seasonal depression, oh my god, fall is depressing, winter's gonna be depressing, oh my god, being single in winter is depressing, oh my god, I hate school. We kind of normalize these things, and like I literally, like me, I'm normalizing it too in the beginning of this video, but I think that we should start looking at fall and winter and stuff and this seasonal change and these feelings that we're having as like this is our season of grounding. Like this is us grounding, coming back to ourselves, focusing on ourselves, locking in, you know, exploring that creative hobby that we haven't had time to, getting locked in the gym because we have more time, being more intentional with our thoughts, maybe like taking more time to journal and take care of ourselves and like deal with like the mental things that are coming up. Don't think of it as like stagnation, like oh this is stagnant, this is boring, there's nothing happening in my life, I'm depressed. Even me, like as I'm telling myself that, I have to repeat that in my head over and over because like I do have these kind of thoughts of like, oh, this is just like a boring period of life, like, you know, summer's gone, like I don't have anything to really look forward to right now. Oh my god, life's so depressing. No, this is just a period for me to like lock in more and like be in touch with myself, explore more, maybe work harder, start the business, all the things that you guys have been wanting to do. Like literally reframe your mind to this is not a depressing. The other thing I want to say, the last thing, is that your worth is not tied to your productivity. That's something I'm almost telling myself in this season of my life where I'm actually like, I'm productive, but I'm like not as stressed and busy. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to have a lot of nights where you're slowed down and you're alone. You can still create pockets of joy in your life that are keeping your mood high. And that's just like from all the things that I just described. You are not doing enough because like you're not in this constant state of stress. Your nervous system actually resting and having more time for itself is actually a really good thing. We just have to learn to be more comfortable with it. So if you've been feeling in a seasonal slump, I want you to know that you're not alone. I'm right here going through it with you. But there are things that we can do to make this easier for us, make this lighter for us, and be healthier and not unhappy. You know what I mean? Okay, baddies, that is the end of my video. If you're not already subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram for shorter form content, day in the life, lifestyle stuff, self-development. I also do one-on-one coaching, which is in my description, and I host Girls IRL events. If you live in the GTA, the next Girl IRL event is going to be on October 4th. It's not even announced yet, but it'll be announced by the time this video is out. And so if you want to come and meet other like-minded South Asian girls, listen to me speak and like make friendships, have like the cutest little night. The theme is Cloud9. You can buy a ticket in my description as well. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.